Hi everybody, it's Cindy Utter here, Artsy Endeavors. I am going to be working on card number 5 in our deck of cards, and today's prompt is Moon. So I'm going to go ahead, here I am with my squeaky chair again. I'm going to go ahead and talk throughout this video. First I'm going to start out with some gesso, and there goes my phone. I apologize for that. I'm just going to start out, maybe if I can find the right brush. Just putting down some gesso on the card. And it's really not that I want to cover it up 100%. I just like the idea of putting some gesso down to give me a little bit of tooth for whatever I decide to do to the card. So now what I've found is I actually found this image that I'm going to use today. And I really like it. I just think it's very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on doing a background to have this on too. Now I really like this design in the moon. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's see if we can get you focused. See that design on the outside of his face? I like that. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to recreate that with some tape. As soon as I get my tape. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this, which is a drywall tape. I'm not sure. I like that color, but I don't know if that's the color I want to use. So, I actually think I'm just going to use this, which is the white drywall tape. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a color on this card. Isn't that cool? It's got that same design, that same weave in it. We'll get you focused. And there's that the same design. So let's get a color. We got to get some color down on this card. I want it to be on the antique-ish side. So I've got a little bit of Sargent. This is raw sienna. And my top broke on this, so it doesn't actually close. So I'm trying to use this. I also have some burnt umber from Reeves acrylic. I'll use a little bit of that as well. And I'm also probably going to throw some white gesso in there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start laying down some of this color. Just kind of want it to look a little bit muddy. Oops. That's what I'm looking for. Stay there, card. Just a little bit of that over top. Not looking for anything crazy. Okay. We're going to let that dry for a second. Now I am going to cut some of this tape. And I don't want the length, so this is how I measure. There we go, measured. All right. Again, that's how I measure. It works, right? So I'm just going to put this down into the paint. Oh, look at that. I like that idea. I'm going to have to glue this on. Let's see. Right, let's just sit that there for a minute. Now I'm actually going to take a baby wipe because I like what I see that it's doing. And lift some of that paint. like that. All right, let's dry this up real quick. And now I'm actually going to use some matte gel. It's a gel medium. I'm going to use this as my glue. And I'm going to put these down a little bit onto this side of those, because I like what it did there. I'm not worried about putting a whole lot. Ooh, that just come right up off that card. That's what happens if you don't sand your cards before you put stuff over top of them. It'll actually peel right up like that. But I'm not worried about it. Alright, so we've got these glued down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my paint. And I want to bring some of that light back in again. Just because I can, right? Isn't that what we do? We just play because we can. I want to put some more of that color down in there. Actually, I'll just cover it. That works. See, it's just play as I go along. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Alright, put that brush in the water. Okay, let's dry this up again. Alright, let's see how this looks. I'm going to trim off the edges. Alright, now I want some more dark on this. I'm going to bring you in a little bit. You're going to be wiggly here for a second. It's as far down as I can bring you. Soon, I promise, very, very soon, I will have a real camera. This is just a simple webcam that I'm using. I want to use some stamps on you. So, when I say on you, I mean on my card. This is just a box of my most frequently used stamps that I use for backgrounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, let's see, we've got a moon. Any stars in here? Let's look and see. Don't see any stars right off. What are we going to use? I can't help myself. I got to use this. I just love using these things. If you see any additional patterns, please, please, please let me know where you find them, because I really enjoy using these as stamps. Okay. I'm sorry for the wobbly. Again, I used archival ink on that. Alright, now, this is actually going to go right here. But before I do that, I want to darken my edges. I have this Colorbox Mixed Media ink. I'm not sure who this is by, but I'm going to use a dauber, and I'm just going to dab up some of that ink. And then what I want to do is just darken these edges. And what that's going to do for me is that's actually going to help it blend into this background, right? Look at that. Alright, so that was very simple, very quick. Most of the work has been done for me since I found this moon tag. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lay this down here. I'm going to glue it down. Again, I'm going to use my matte medium. Whoops. Just using my matte medium, just putting a nice thin layer on there. Then we're going to put this here. And matte down. Oops, I split up the side again. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dry this up. And then I'm going to see if I can find some three-dimensional stars to put on this. Because you can't have a moon without the stars, right? I think what I'm actually going to do, instead of finding a three-dimensional star, I'm going to make myself a three-dimensional star. I just need to find the right stencil, which I know I have in here. And I did change my stencils around. I did have them in a binder, but the other day I was getting really frustrated because they weren't flipping as quick for me as I wanted them to do. So now what I've done is I've put them in this little metal box, and it's a perfect size to hold my 6x6 stencils. So now I can just kind of flip through them. And they're a little bit more convenient to get to. There's one thing of stars. They're a little bit more convenient to get to, and I think this way I will also use more of them because I just have to pull them out. So I think that's one of the things about mixed media. I really seriously believe that's part of it, is reorganizing. It seems like I'm trying to make things more efficient for me and easier to get at, because I've found that if my supplies are not easily accessible, I tend to not use them. So here's the thing I was looking for. So I do tend to try to make everything as easily accessible as possible. So now what I want to do is, I have this cream that I had told you guys about, this modeling paste. And this is the granite. I want the modeling cream. It's by Viva. And again, I found these on clearance. That's how I get 90% of my supplies, is on clearance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this modeling paste. This stuff tends to dry up kind of easy. That thing I did notice. Tends to get chunky, dry chunks in it. And what I'm going to do is, I gotta have my moon's gotta have some sparkly stars. So we're just gonna do this whole corner with sparkly stars. Right? Look at that. Isn't that cool? And we're going to turn it around. Clean up some of the gook. And I'm going to give, maybe I'll just do like this in this corner. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let that dry. Actually, I'm going to help it along. I'm going to help it dry, and see where my paint peeled up here? But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. You know, it's a deck of cards, but I'm not saying that I don't care about the art. I'm not worried. It's no big deal to me. So I'm going to help this dry. Close that up. Set my stencils to the side. Let's help this dry a little bit. Alright, now this is not totally dry. I just kind of hit it with a gun for a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Stabilo. And I have an empty water pen. So this one's got water in it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to try to outline this a little bit. I don't really want my stars to take over the whole show. And right now they're the main item on here. And our prompt is moon. So we're going to bring the moon back out. Okay. Now another thing I may do when this gets dry, I'm not going to do it right now, and I probably won't turn the camera back on to do it, but I may take the Stabilo and get some of the Stabilo off and then just run over these stars a little bit, just to kind of give them a little bit of a, see, just a little bit of a shadow. I actually might be able to do it right now since I hit it with the dryer. Let's try it. Yeah, we're just going to give them a little bit of blackness here and there because it is nighttime, right? There we go. Kind of pull that down. So that just, the stars are there, but it just kind of pushes them into the background a little bit. And they're not quite so, in the face stars. So again, I'm just taking my Stabilo with the water pencil or water pen, and I am just taking a little bit of that off the pencil tip and then just real lightly running it, watering it down over top of my stars, just to put it down toward the background a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay, the last thing I want to do, last but not least, is I love my glitter pen. These are from Jelly Roll from Sakura, I believe, and it's just glitter. If you can see this little, see that little guy right there, that little star guy? It's just glitter. I love these pens. And let's see, I want my moon to stand out. So we're going to give him some glitter. Does your moon glitter? Mine does. Just going to stand out his nose, just to make him sparkle. Right? Sparkle his lips a little bit. Put a sparkle in his eye. Okay. Okay. My raven I'm just going to leave as is. Okay, and I believe that's it. I'm going to call it good. Here's my moon. And this is for deck of cards, prompt and card number 5. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon. Happy creating. This is card number 6, and the prompt is free play. So, since we have free play, I'm going to do a couple experiments. Can you see my sunburn from yesterday? I'm going to do a couple experiments. I'm going to start off using some black gesso. And what I want to do is I've got some beeswax here. I'm sure we've all seen it. It's at Ruby Tuesdays. At Tuesday morning. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to black gesso this card. And I have some ideas on what I want to do. I want to try to use this beeswax. Now, this isn't perfect. I don't really want it perfect. I don't mind a little bit of the white showing through. This is free play, so we're just going to play. Like that texture. All right. Pardon me. All right, so let's just dry this up really quick. Sorry about the light. For some reason, the lighting's off a little bit today. Okay. I'm just drying it up. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to take some of this beeswax. And, by the way, this stuff stinks. It really stinks. Doesn't smell like any beeswax I've ever smelled. Okay. Now I've just put a few pieces on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to melt it down. Let's see how this goes. Oh, well, let's see. Okay, well, that dryer doesn't want to melt it down because it wants to blow it away. All right, so let's try this a little bit different. I'm drying it from farther away so that it doesn't blow it away and it's just melting it instead. It is actually starting to melt it. I will show it to you once we get it all melted. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty melted. So now what I'm going to do is it's actually starting to dry already. Pardon me. I apologize for that. I want to make it a little bit more runny. Alright. Now as you can see, it's starting to dry right back up. So we're going to get it all dry. And hold that thought. Okay, I apologize for that. That was my hubs giving me a holler. Okay, so what we did is we put some beeswax on here, and it's coated pretty well. It's actually, you know, I really, okay. It's coated pretty well. Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to play with these high flow, the golden high flows. This is the quinacridone magenta. And again, we're just doing free play, and that's all I'm doing is playing. So I want to see what happens as we play. I like it. Let's move it this way a little bit. Move it back down a little bit more. Isn't that pretty cool? Alright, so that's the quinacridone magenta. Now I want a little bit of this dioxine purple. Again, I'm just playing. Hear my cat in the background? She's talking, I believe, to her brother. I like it. I love the colors on here. Can you see them? Alright, and now I'm going to put a little bit of white in here. First I'm going to shake it up a little bit. Just make sure everything's good. This is a iridized pearl. Golden fluid acrylic. Alright, now we're going to dry this up. I'm just going to grab, this is just a piece of watercolor paper that I've used previously. I just want to pick up that ink. Just pick up what I can. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and dry this up, and then we're just going to keep playing. Let's see how well this dries with the beeswax on it. Okay, so it's melting the beeswax again, which I kind of figured. So I'm going to have to actually set this aside and let the colors dry on their own. And then we will come back and play some more with it in a bit. Okay, we're back again. This is not quite all dry, but what I did notice is the colors are really light again or dark against this background. So I've picked out a few more colors that I want to use. I've got a teal, a green, which is a blue shade of a green. That's going to be too dark. But I am going to use some teal. And I'm also going to use some fluorescent pink. And again, this is play. It's free play. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Aha, so we're going to throw some teal on here. We're going to let the teal, ooh, I like that. Let's do some more pink. So let's check out this pink. Yeah. And again, we're just doing free play, which is fantastic because we get just to play, which is fantastic. I love to play. So I'm going to do these this way. Oh, I like it. What do you think? Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to leave that as is. And we're going to let this dry, and we'll be back once it's all dry. Hi everybody, we're back again. My friend Tracy's here, so if you hear something funny in the background, it's probably her. She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. Alright, I want to let you know this card, it dried. The ink is dry on it finally. It only took it 2 days, and I think that's because of the beeswax. Again, this is just a free play card, so I'm just going to keep on free playing. I've got some white gesso here. And I've got this stamp, which I kind of think is cool. And I just want to put a white image on this card. And I'm going to do it with the gesso. And let's see how this turns out. Isn't that cute? I like it. Again, Tracy's here. Funny girl. Oops, I just got my other paintbrush in my gesso. All right, let's throw another one on here. I like that. I like how she's funny. She makes me laugh. That's a good thing. All right, let's put another one right here. What do you think? Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, now what I'm going to do, just because I want it to have a little bit of sparkle, is we're going to throw some, this is Recollections Glitz. I'm just going to throw some in the middle of the flower, and that's not coming out very well, and I don't like that. So let's try a different color. Let's pick up some of this teal that's in the background, maybe. There we go. And this is Recollections Peacock. So I'm going to do a few of these in the peacock. And then I'm going to get a few of them done in pink. Let's use Recollections Bubblegum. How's that? Okay, and just because I can't stop there, for some reason I always think things have to have some type of a border. Not sure why. So I'm just kind of playing here. Okay, I think that is it. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. And this is card, I believe, number 6 in the deck of cards. And the prompt was free play. I hope you enjoy. Hi, everybody. Okay, we're on to card number 7. And this is in our deck of cards. And card number 7... the prompt is numbers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to start out with this. This is a new lapis from Dina Wakley. I can never get this thing to focus. Dina Wakley heavy body acrylic paint, and it's the color lapis. This is new to me. I haven't had this color. Oh wow, look at the brilliance. Wow. Me and my squeaky chair, squeaky chair. All right, I'm going to just put some on here. And since this is card number 7, and the prompt is numbers, I'm thinking this needs to have a lot of 7s on it. I actually should have used a card 7, huh? That would have been smart. But again, it's just random. I just pull a card out of the pack. And I actually shuffled them too, so I got them randomly. So I'm not looking for anything special here. I just wanted some blue on there. Alright, so we've got that blue on there. I'm just going to give it a quick shot. Nothing major there. Now I have this tissue paper that I got quite a while back. And I'm going to put it right down here. Ooh, it's cockeyed. Let's try it again. Now that paint's not all the way dry, which is okay. This is just going to adhere to the paint. And now I'm also going to put some matte medium over the top of it. Come on. Just because I really want it to lay down. Look at that. Love it. Okay. Now I'm going to dry this up. Okay, that's pretty well dry. I'm just going to trim off the edges. Get rid of the excess. Alright, now I am going to find one of my number stencils and let's see what we can find. There's one that I use quite often. I like this one better though. There's another one I use. I like that. You know what? I want to use some kind of spray. Let's see what kind of spray we can use today. Let's see. This is actually some paint that I've not going to use because the thing is all stuck shut. Okay, we're not using that one. Let's see what else we can find. How about let's see. How about Mr. Huey? Let's use some Mr. Huey Color Mist. And this is called Audrey. If I can get it working. I always test spray them in my garbage can first. And yay! Oh, this one's working, but not working correctly. So let's see if we can get the nozzle of this cleaned up a little bit. Because right now it's just shooting in a full flat stream. I'm here. I'm working on this. Let's see how it does. There we go. Okay. So we're just gonna do. What else do we have here? I think that's all we need, right? And we're gonna take this off. Love it. And we're gonna find a journal that we're gonna throw this onto. Okay. So now we're just going to dry this up. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to let that dry a little bit. I'm cleaning off this stencil, which I'm not sure why. It's not something I normally do. I must have decided this one needed cleaned off, so. Alright, so I cleaned off the Mr. Huey. I've got Mr. Huey all over here. Now I'm going to take this stencil, the original first one I had, and I want to use, I still don't think that's dry enough. I want to use some use some iridized medium, and I'm actually going to keep it the original color, because what I want to do is I just want some of these numbers on here. I'm actually going to do it over the entire thing, because I want it over the entire card. Oops, that 4 doesn't look too well. Okay. Oh, I love it. Look how that just made them pop. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Love it. Let's dry it up. Okay, now I went through my goodies, my die cuts, that sort of thing, and I found a bunch of number 7s. I have this one, which of course is not going to stay the way it is. I actually want to take the black 7 out of here, so we're just going to fussy cut this down. Boy, it's been awful rainy the last couple days. We've had torrential downpours and thunderstorms and all kinds of stuff coming through here. Crazy. I'm going to cut down this 7, and this is going to go on there. And let's see, what else we got? I have a, there we go. Not quite, almost. All right, I've got that 7. I have this 7, which, I don't know, it came in a packet of numbers. I have a black number 7, which I'm actually going to put right here, just because I can. And I have these cork. Oh gosh, I got these a long time ago. There used to be this store called Yankee Dollar Store, and they had this entire back wall full of nothing but craft supplies. Stickers and stickers and stickers and more stickers, and I used to buy a ton of these. So here's one cork number 7. I'm not sure where we're going to put all these, but so there's a cork 7. Let's see what else we've got. I have a stamp here, set here, that I have a 7 in if I want it. Let's make a round. We have a round cork, which is a number 7. And I have the number 7. Okay. All right, so what are we going to do with these? We got to make them pop somehow. I'm just going to take a Studio G ink pad. I think I got my fingers dirty. What do you think? And I'm just going to go around the 7. I don't like things without borders. I love borders. I don't. That sounded funny. whenever I put something on a piece of art, to me it doesn't look finished until it has a border. And I'm not sure why, but that's the way I do it. So let's see, we're going to put 7 right there. Actually, I want this 7 in here. Let me take this 7 and put it here. We're going to give that one a black border too, because we can. I'm so glad to see many of you following this journey. It's just, you know, I have a lot of fun, and I just enjoy creating. I always have. And if I can, you know, help somebody else have a good time and have fun and have a great day, that's all that matters. All right, I am going to actually use tacky glue. This is just Aleene's tacky glue, and I found this little tin, which I absolutely love, because it fits perfect in here. I don't like beating on my glue containers to get glue out, so it works really well. It keeps my glue right up where it needs to be. So we're going to put the 7 here. This 7 is going to go right here. This 7 is going to go right here. I like it. This 7 right here. I didn't put a black border on that one. Probably should have, but I didn't. And this 7 is going to go right there. Okay, here you go. We could probably do more to this, but right now I'm liking the way it looks. I'm very happy with it. So here is card number 7 in the deck of cards, and the prompt is numbers. And I have a number 7 card. So I will see you all soon. Thank you.